Have you ever thought about whether the universe is your ally or your enemy? What would you think if I told you it all depends on how you manage your mind and emotions? Welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how Stoic philosophy and the law of attraction can totally change your life. Yep, you heard that right. This ancient wisdom has a lot to do with what you attract into your life. Imagine your thoughts are like a garden that you're cultivating, planting seeds, whether they're positive or negative. Or the negatives will grow and become your life experiences if you plant doubts and fears. Don't be surprised if your garden blooms with problems and worries. The universe will reward you with a bountiful harvest of opportunities. It's not magic, it's a natural law. Stoic philosophy teaches us that while we can't control what happens around us, we can choose how to react to it. So, are you ready to be the gardener of your own destiny? It all starts here in your mind. Let's cultivate the life you want together. If you really dream about it, don't miss the 8th principle. But before we dive in, if you find value in this content, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all the new stuff. Don't forget to keep up with each lesson because one of them could be the key you need to transform your life. Let's get started. Number 1, your thoughts and emotions shape your reality. Have you ever thought about how your thoughts and feelings are like the steering wheel of a ship that guides your life? It might sound a bit philosophical, but let me put it another way. According to Stoic philosophy, how we control our reactions and interpret the world plays a key role in finding inner peace. But don't worry, I'm not here to give you a lesson in ancient philosophy. I want to show you how your thoughts and feelings really impact your everyday life. Imagine your mind is a garden. If you plant seeds of negative thoughts and keep watering them, soon your garden will be full of weeds. You've got to take care of it. Life can bloom beautifully, just like flowers. But if you let negative thoughts take over, you'll end up with a life full of problems and worries. To put it more clearly, think about a movie director. If you keep imagining that your film is going to flop, that the actors won't perform well, and that the critics will be harsh, do you really think that negative mindset won't affect the quality of your work? It can turn your worst fears into reality, as if the universe is saying, okay, if that's what you want. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that if you think about a perfect life, everything will just magically fall into place and luck will come to you. The law of attraction is more about focusing your mind on what you really want and taking steps to get closer to those goals. Think of your thoughts and feelings like a compass. If it points to where you really want to go, there's a good chance you'll reach that goal. But if you keep changing direction, don't be surprised if you end up somewhere else. Lost on this journey, you shouldn't just watch your thoughts and feelings like a radar showing where you're headed. Are you drifting through the seas of complaints and criticism, or crossing the calm waters of gratitude and positivity? Recognizing your mental patterns is the first step to changing your course. If you notice yourself sinking into negative thoughts, it's time to steer the wheel. Instead of worrying about what could go wrong, focus on what you can do to make your situation better if you're feeling concerned. Instead of whining about what you can't change, think about the steps you can take to get closer to your goals. Stoic philosophy reminds us that we can't control everything happening around us, but we can control our responses. Even though you can't manage every aspect of your life, you can choose how to direct your thoughts and emotions. So when you find yourself caught up in a storm of negative thoughts, remember that you have the power to adjust your sails. Change your mindset. Take the first step towards more positive thinking. Your thoughts and emotions are the tools you use to build the reality around you. Changing these tools, your thoughts and emotions, can help you create a stronger and more fulfilling structure. Stoic philosophy teaches us that real strength lies in our ability to control our thoughts and emotions. These are the tools you use to shape your destiny. Focus on that. What do you want to make happen? Have you ever tried drawing a detailed picture with a dull pencil? It's frustrating, right? You want to create something beautiful, but all you end up with are blurry, shapeless lines. Now, think of your desires as that drawing, and the law of attraction as the pencil you're using. Without a sharp pencil and clear intention, your drawing will never take shape. That's how clarity in your desires works. If you're not specific, you're just scribbling without any direction. Let's be real, we're not exactly hitting any big goals here. We all have dreams and things we want to achieve, right? Maybe you want to move to a new city, learn a new language, or improve your mental health. But if your focus is as vague as just wanting a change of scenery, then you're starting off on a pretty unclear path. The law of attraction is a well-known theory that suggests that thinking about what you want will make it happen, but it takes more than just wishing for it. You need to be specific. Let's break it down a bit. To clarify, imagine you want to move to a new city. If you just say, "I want to move," the universe could send you anywhere from a tiny village in the middle of nowhere to a bustling coastal metropolis. But if you describe in detail that you want to move to a city with a warm climate, an active community, and career opportunities, your visualization becomes more focused and you can attract exactly the place you want instead of leaving it up to chance. The same goes for wanting to learn a new language. Just saying, "I want to," isn't enough. Learning a language is a bit unclear, like saying you want to read a book without specifying which one. But if you say you want to learn French because you're planning a trip to Paris and want to chat with the locals and enjoy the culture, you set a much clearer goal. That way, you can picture yourself speaking French confidently and having rich conversations during your trip. And when it comes to developing a new skill, this principle is just as important. It's not enough to just say, "I want to." To learn something new, you need to be specific. What skill do you want to pick up? How much time are you willing to dedicate? If you set a clear goal, like learning to play an instrument in 6 months by practicing an hour a day, your plan becomes a concrete strategy instead of just a vague wish. How do you apply this technique? First, think about what you really want. Write down your goals clearly and visualize them as if you've already achieved them. It's not just about wanting, it's about believing that you've already made it. Being clear in your intentions matters. To make the law of attraction work, you need to set your goals clearly. The universe responds with the same precision as the way you express yourself. Number 3 is faith and belief. Have you ever wondered why your dreams seem so out of reach, like trying to climb a mountain without the right gear? The reason is simple. Faith and beliefs are like the tools you need for the climb. Without them, it's like going in empty-handed. Your dreams need faith to stay alive. It's like trying to start a fire with wet wood. The law of attraction reminds us that faith is key. If you don't believe in your dreams, it's like waiting for music without playing an instrument or searching for treasure without a map. Lack of faith is the biggest barrier to getting what you want. To turn a negative belief into a positive one, you don't need a miracle. Just find examples of people who you've got to go after what you want. And it's not about just copying others, it's about seeing what's possible. Surrounding yourself with people who believe in you is just as important. When you're with folks who support your goals, it's like having a team that pushes you forward. Keep a positive mindset. Life can be unpredictable, but with the right attitude, every challenge brings you closer to your goals. Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept what we can't change and to focus on how we respond to it. When we face challenges, we should tackle them head-on and turn our doubts into determination. Your faith and conviction are the keys that open the door to your dreams. Surround yourself with supportive people and always keep a positive attitude. You'll be surprised at how close you are to achieving your dreams. As Gandhi said, faith is the first step toward any goal, while doubt leads to stagnation. It's all about gratitude and appreciation, which everyone talks about, from conferences to social media. But have you ever thought about why that's so important? The universe tells us to be grateful, and more good things will come your way. You might not get everything you want, but you'll definitely get what you truly need. Let's break it down. Thanking someone might seem simple, like just saying thank you. But when you do it from the heart, it means a lot. Picture this. You're at a cafe. You could complain about your order being late, or you could thank the staff for their efforts. If you choose gratitude, they might even offer you a new drink or a discount. That's how gratitude works. Good vibes all around. Good vibes come from being thankful. You keep complaining that the fire isn't warming you enough, but it might go out. If you appreciate every flicker and add some logs with gratitude, that fire will grow and keep you warm. When you value what you have, you're sending a clear message to the universe. I'm ready for more. You don't need anything complicated to make this work in your life. Just take a moment to think about what you have and be thankful for it. It doesn't have to be something huge. It could be the comfort of your bed or the taste of your food. One of my favorite things is keeping a gratitude journal where you write down 3 things you're thankful for every day. It's like making a treasure list. Instead of just saying, I'm grateful for my home, say, I'm grateful for the peace I find in my home. The details make gratitude feel real. And on those tough days, find something small to appreciate. Maybe your train was late, but you got to read a good book while you waited. It's like bringing an umbrella on a rainy day. It won't stop the rain, but it sure makes the day better. Gratitude is like that. It's not just a pretty word, it's a force that transforms everything. When you appreciate what you already have, your mood lifts and you open the door for new blessings. So, when you're feeling stuck in negative thoughts, remember what you value and what you're grateful for. It multiplies. As Marcus Aurelius said, if you can't appreciate what you have, you'll never be satisfied with what you get. And number 5, the power of action. The law of attraction is this popular idea that you can achieve anything just by thinking about it. Sounds positive, right? It's great, isn't it? But what happens when, despite visualizing the life you dream of, you keep getting stuck in the same routine? The reality is that dreams don't come true magically. The key to success is inspired action, but what does that actually mean? Think of the law of attraction like chess. You can come up with all the strategies you want, but if you don't move your pieces, the game never starts. Inspired action is that first move that kicks off your strategy and leads you to success. Let's take a look at this. You're not going to get that long-awaited promotion just by sitting at your desk and hoping someone notices your work. You need to learn new skills, take the initiative, and show your value. Inspiration is that drive that pushes you forward. It's like training for a marathon. It's not enough to just picture yourself crossing the finish line. You have to train, adjust your diet, and go for a run every day. Yeah, it takes effort, but the results are worth it. Here are a few examples. First, take small steps towards your goals. These steps are like pieces of a puzzle that come together to form a complete picture. Don't expect everything to happen at once. Consistency is just as important as effort. Second, follow your passions. What inspires you? What energizes you? Focus on what truly matters to you. It's not just about doing what others expect. It's about acting with purpose and confidence. And most importantly, don't give up. Patience is crucial, but it's persistence that really counts. Staying on track can be tough. Results don't always come quickly. But every little step gets you closer to your goal. As the Stoics teach, willpower and persistence are key to success. So, next time you think about the law of attraction, remember it's not just about visualizing your perfect life. It's also about taking the necessary steps to make it happen. Inspired action isn't just a nice idea. It's the bridge that connects your dreams to reality. If you want to see change, stop just dreaming. Wake up and start taking action. It's not that hard. You just need a little effort and patience. Remember, it's not the law of attraction that makes your dreams come true, but the actions you take to achieve them. And get rid of those self-imposed limitations. Have you ever felt like you're your own worst enemy? Not because you don't like what you see in the mirror, but because you unknowingly create barriers for yourself. Self-sabotage is that voice in your head that writes the script where you always fail or get left behind. It's a lot more common than you think. Self-sabotage is more common than you think, and it might even be affecting you without you realizing it. It's like a mosquito buzzing in your head, whispering that you're not good enough, that success is for others, not for you. That inner voice feeds on your fears and mistakes. But what if I told you that you can change this narrative and take control of your story? The first step is to acknowledge the problem. Pay attention to the thoughts that hold you back. It's like spotting a leak in the roof. If you don't know where it is, it just keeps causing damage. Here's the deal. Stoic philosophy teaches us that while we can't control everything, we can control how we react. If your mind is a mess, try to stay positive, like a Stoic. Picture your mind as a garden. If you let the weeds of fear and doubt grow, they'll choke out any chance of success. But if you plant seeds of confidence and determination, you'll see achievements and satisfaction bloom. It doesn't happen overnight, but every positive step brings you closer to a better life. So get to work on yourself. Self-esteem doesn't come from outside. You have to build it yourself. It's not about seeking external approval, but about believing in your own worth and abilities. Remember, everything starts with what you think about yourself. Applying these strategies takes effort, but you have the power to change your story. The law of attraction suggests we attract what we think about, but it won't work if you're stuck in self-sabotage. Overcoming these mental barriers puts you in a better position to achieve your goals. Self-sabotage is like adjusting a ship's compass to get on the right track. It's not about changing the ocean, but about setting your course. So, if you're holding yourself back, start making changes today. Transformations begin in your mind, as Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "You become what you think." Have you ever thought of yourself as an antenna sending out signals to the universe? It might sound weird, but stick with me. The law of attraction, which sometimes feels like it's straight out of a fairy tale, suggests that everything in the universe is, you're like a radio station broadcasting waves that attract what you want or fear. Think about it. When you feel gratitude and joy, you're on a high frequency, like an upbeat song that spreads positivity. That vibe pulls in even more happy moments and reasons to smile, almost like throwing a ball and having it bounce back to you with the same energy. But we all have those days when we just want to disconnect and get caught up in negative thoughts. We've all been there. But when you get caught up in negativity, your vibes drop like a sad song that kills the mood. The universe picks up on those low vibes and seems to throw even more reasons at you to feel down. It's like you're stuck on the wrong frequency. Spend time doing things that bring you joy, cooking, walking, whatever. Those little things boost your energy and help you tune into the better stuff the universe has to offer. And don't underestimate the power of meditation or just taking a few minutes to yourself. Taking deep breaths helps us reset our energy. We're taught that while we can't control what happens around us, we can control how we respond to it. So, take charge of your energy. Don't ignore negative feelings, but don't let them dictate your whole day either. Being mindful of the energy you put out is the key to a more fulfilling life. And even though the universe doesn't always respond the way you want, keeping a positive energy ensures a more satisfying experience. Life experience teaches you that what you put out there is what you attract. So, choose your vibe wisely. Let go of resistance. Every one of us has faced this. You're on the brink of making an important move, but something invisible holds you back. It's not a physical barrier, it's one you create in your mind. That inner voice whispers, "You can't," right when you're ready to give it a shot. This resistance isn't an obvious enemy. It's more like a quiet, hidden obstacle that slows down your progress and undermines your confidence. It's like running a marathon with your shoelaces untied, you're moving forward but tripping all the time. Imagine your life as this huge field ready to be explored, but instead of moving ahead freely, we often put up walls. Every time we feel the urge to try something new, that resistance acts like a guard trying to protect us from failure, but at the same time, it holds us back from success. Picture this: you want to start a new project, but instead of focusing on the possibilities, you're caught up worrying about potential failures. Standing at the edge of a cliff, looking out at the ocean of possibilities, but feeling tied down. You think about breaking a bad habit, but all you see are the efforts it'll take, like carrying a backpack full of doubts while trying to climb a mountain. To overcome that resistance, you first have to acknowledge it. It's like a guard dog following you. Just recognizing that it's there helps you control it. Fear of change, attachment to the familiar, or just lacking confidence can hold you back. Just realize it and don't fight it. Just let it be and watch it fade away. Picture your doubts like leaves in the wind. You see them, but you don't have to catch them. Let them go. Your true self directs your energy toward what you really want. Think of life as a river. Rather than battling against the current, learn to go with it. Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept what we can't change and focus on what we can control. So instead of resisting change, embrace it. Adapt and move forward instead of being afraid. Think about what you can gain. Resistance just holds you back, while acceptance and optimism push you ahead. Resistance is like a shadow that steals your energy. To achieve your dreams, you need to let go of the fears and doubts that hold you back. Acknowledge them, release them, and focus on what you really want. This way, you'll not only use the law of attraction more effectively, but you'll also embrace a more open mindset. Flexible thinking. Remember, where there's resistance, there's stagnation. Where there's flow, there's growth and success. Number 9, the art of patience and time. Let's talk about something we all deal with but rarely fully grasp: time. It's this slippery concept that seems to fly by when we're having fun and drags on when we're waiting. We often wish we had a remote control to fast forward to the best moments of life, but we know that's not possible. So instead of fighting against the clock, why not learn to embrace it? Moving in harmony with them, today we're going to talk about patience, the virtue that everyone admires. But is it really yours? It's kind of like baking a pie. If you try to rush it by cranking up the oven, you'll probably end up with a disaster, burnt crust and raw filling. Patience, on the other hand, is like slow cooking. It lets all the ingredients blend together and bake to perfection. First, you've got to trust the process. They taught us well that we can't control instant results, only our actions. You can gather the best ingredients and follow the recipe exactly, but checking the oven every minute won't speed up the baking of the pie. Another important point is to avoid comparisons. Imagine you're in a race, but it's not just any race, it's a marathon. Each runner has their own path. Comparing yourself to others is like running while looking around instead of straight ahead. It makes you lose focus and energy. Instead of worrying about who's ahead or behind you, concentrate on your own progress. Every kilometer you walk is already an achievement in itself. It might seem like small potatoes, but every step brings you closer to your goal. It's easy to underestimate these little wins, but they really matter in the long run. It's like tiny sparks that ignite a big fire. One spark might seem insignificant, but together they create a flame. Don't forget that taking action is what really makes a difference. Positive thinking and consistent steps forward are what truly count. The driving forces of change are powerful, so dream big, but act with patience and determination. Time isn't an enemy to conquer. It's an ally that helps you build your dreams strong and solid. Patience isn't about doing nothing. It's like planting a tree. You don't expect it to grow overnight, but every day you water and care for it, knowing that in time it will grow tall and strong. Stay focused on your efforts, celebrate every little success, and remember that the real magic is in the journey, not just the destination. Don't rush, as the wise say. Patience isn't just about waiting, it's about being at peace. When you feel impatient, remember that every second counts in baking your pie, in the race of your life, and in chasing your dreams. Don't rush the process, trust it, work hard, and let time do its thing. It's normal to feel like everything is against you. Maybe you lost your keys at the worst time, the bus left early, or your phone died. It's easy to think the universe is testing you, but what if it's not like that? You can change your perspective, and I'll explain how. Imagine life is a journey down a road with unexpected detours or traffic jams. It's not about fighting the road, it's about learning to enjoy the ride, even when things get tough and you feel lost. The universe is still guiding you on the right path. You just need to adjust your focus a bit to align your life with the universe. You can use a few simple practices like taking a mindful pause. Stop for a moment and take a look around as if you were reading a map to find your way. Feel the wind on your face, listen to the sounds of nature, and breathe in the fresh air. These simple actions help you come back to the present moment and reset your inner compass. Another great way to tune in is through mindfulness practice. Think of it like adjusting a radio to get rid of the static. When you're fully present without distractions, the universe opens up to you. For instance, when you're cooking, instead of rushing and thinking about other things. Next, pay attention to the sound of the ingredients being chopped and the aroma that comes from the vegetables. Each moment keeps you grounded and strengthens your connection with the world around you. Also, think about the power of visualization. Imagine you have an inner lighthouse guiding your way. Visualize your goals as if you've already achieved them. You light up this lighthouse, sending a clear signal to the universe about your intentions. It's not just a mental exercise. It's like programming your inner GPS to your desired destination. Practicing gratitude not only fills you with positive energy, but also affects the energy around you, creating a warmer and more open atmosphere. Stoic philosophy reminds us that while we can't control everything that happens, we can choose how we react to it. Instead of seeing challenges as enemies, think of them as lessons or detours that can lead you to unexpected but beneficial goals. Living in harmony with the universe doesn't mean everything will be just fine, but that means you need to find peace on your own path. So, the next time it feels like everything's against you, remember you're not fighting the universe, you're on a journey. Learn to appreciate every detour and unexpected stop, and trust that every twist and turn has its purpose. The universe isn't a barrier, it's a guide on this big journey called life. Relax, enjoy the scenery, and let the road take you where you need to go. Thanks for watching the video all the way to the end. If you watched it all, drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one, and remember to keep working on yourself.